What's up everybody, and welcome to the Phase Reviews YouTube channel. My name is Jordan, and if you are new here, thanks for joining us, and if you're a subscriber, welcome back. Today on the review table, I have the RAGU, I believe, T2 portable PA system. This is a Bluetooth speaker with a few unique effects. I've reviewed a couple Bluetooth speakers on this channel before, but this one has some things that I have not seen, like a little light show, an FM receiver, and more. So today what we're gonna do is we're going to unbox this. I'm gonna show you everything that comes in the package. We're gonna talk about all the features and the specs of the product. I will test it, and then I will tell you what I think of it and whether or not you should pick one up and who this product is best intended for. Hopefully by the end of this video, if you're not a subscriber, I can earn your subscription, but let's not waste any more time talking about that right now. Let's dive into looking at the RAGU T2 portable PA system. So first things first on this channel, we always start with the packaging. It can tell us a lot about the company, about the product itself, and you'll notice that the packaging on this RAGU T2, every time I say RAGU, I think we're talking about pasta. The packaging on this guy is pretty minimal. This is just kind of a plain cardboard box. You've got some black and white tracings of the speaker right here. You can see the general profile of it. It's unlike any other speaker I've reviewed before, and once we get it out of the box, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. Besides the picture, you've got a few specs on the side. They're the same printed on either side. I'll read you a couple of those real quick. This is a 15-watt speaker. Obviously, I haven't tested that exactly, but I'm gonna believe them when they say it's 15 watts. It's got Bluetooth 5.0, which is the most up-to-date Bluetooth version, and a range of 10 meters or less, or 30 feet. I would say that's probably right about the correct distance. I've had Bluetooth speakers go as far as 100 feet, but you're really risking dropouts with that. So 10 meters, 30 feet, that sounds about right. Battery is a 3.7 volt, 2000 milliamp hours, and we'll talk about how many hours of actual use you get out of this once we pull out the manual, and it just takes a regular 5 volt, 2 amp DC input to charge. So let's pull this out of the box and see what it looks like. So inside of here, you're going to have the speaker itself. It's in some plastic wrap, and on top of that, one thing that also comes with the speaker is a microphone. They include a switchable corded microphone in the package with the speaker. That's something unique. You don't see microphones with speakers very often, especially at this price point. So this has an XLR cable that goes into the bottom of the microphone, and then you just have a tip sleeve 1/4-inch cable that will go into the speaker itself. So if you're looking for a speaker that you can make announcements on or do some karaoke that's got a really small profile, this may be one feature that you care about. Also inside of the bag, we have the accessories. So we've got a USB cable right there. We have an aux cable in if you prefer to plug in your phone and not use Bluetooth, and then a little user manual, which we'll talk about in just a moment. And then we also have the speaker itself. Now, pulling this out, the first thing you're gonna notice is that it is super duper lightweight. The casing is a hard plastic, and you can hear it sounds kind of hollow. There's really not much to this. Now, this can obviously have pros and cons. The lightweight makes this easier to transport. It means kids or smaller people can easily carry this speaker around. But on the downside, it does feel a little bit cheap. It's kind of lightweight, but I'm not going to judge a book by its cover, and we will see how it actually performs. Before we take a closer look at this, just wanted to show you what comes in the package here. We already talked about the aux cable and the USB. This takes a USB, micro USB, so nothing state-of-the-art here. They do have instructions for how to return or refund it, and then you've got the manual. It's got 4 pages. It's very simple. I'm just going to do a quick scan here and see if I can find that info on how long this will play. Okay, so 4 hours to charge this thing from empty, and it will play at the loudest volume 3 hours, or 5 to 6 hours at a medium volume. So obviously, however loud you have it will affect how long the battery lasts. The instructions are super easy to understand. They're very thorough. It has a troubleshooting guide if you have problems with it, but like most of the Bluetooth speakers I review on here, setting these things up is super easy. There's really not much to it. So let's take a closer look at it. Let me put this up close here. You've got a grill right here. There's a single speaker driver behind the grill. It's not huge. I would say this is maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches. Not a huge speaker driver, so tons of bass response isn't going to be there, and we'll talk about sound quality in just a moment. Above the speaker itself, you have a little screen, which is something I really appreciate in the speaker. A lot of small Bluetooth speakers, you just have to kind of guess what function you're on or what it's doing, hold buttons until it activates things you want to do. But this has a little display that will tell you what you're doing and what function's currently active, which I like. To the left of the display, you have the microphone input right here where you'll plug in your cable, and then you also have this TF slot. This is going to be for a micro USB card, so you can actually play files off of a USB. So you really have a ton of connection options with this guy. Not only can you get Bluetooth and an aux cord, you have an SD card reader as well. And I mentioned earlier, this also has an FM tuner. We'll show you how to access that in just a moment. To the right side of the display, you have the aux in, you have the DC in for charging, and then you also have a USB input for music files as well. So let's just tally all of these up real quick. Bluetooth, aux in, SD card, and USB stick input. So ton of different flexibility as far as what media you play your files from. So that would be a huge pro for this unit. So there's definitely some pros. Despite the kind of lightweight construction, there's a ton of flexibility with this guy. Up on top, there are two knobs. This knob right here is going to be your mic volume, and then this one over here is your speaker volume. So they're independent. And one of the things I really like about having a knob for volume is that you don't have to like click like 30 times to get your volume all the way up to the max. You can just sweep this dial in the matter of a second and have your volume go from low to high really quickly, and I really appreciate that. The only thing you're gonna find around the back is this little bass port. This is supposed to reinforce and enhance the low end. We'll talk about if it does that in just a little bit. So operating this guy is really easy. I'm just gonna hold the power button on top here. Okay, it's gonna say hi, you're gonna hear that power up. It's in Bluetooth mode, and it's gonna automatically connect to my phone. Yeah, there you go, it just connected to my phone. The pairing process is the same as with any other Bluetooth. Just open your Bluetooth settings on your phone, click the T2, and it will connect. We can turn the volume down for the mic. We can plug this in real quick, and then I will turn the microphone on. Check, 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 and bring that up. And what you're gonna notice is there is, in my mind, a very annoying delay and reverb on this. Some people like this for karaoke. I think it is really annoying. Like, check, check, check. There's also a gate, so there's kind of a little bit of static noise there. It's not the end of the world, and again, I think this speaker is aimed at maybe kids or people just looking for kind of a novelty, and so maybe that's not going to annoy them, but if you're really trying to be serious about karaoke, that'll probably bug you. But the volume works really well. Check, check, check. You can go up really high and get a little feedback there, and you can take it all the way back down. I'm going to show you the display real quick. You can see that it says BT, so I know that I'm in Bluetooth mode. If I click this button up top that has an M on it, that's for mode, and that will take us to the FM player. FM mode. You can hear that it's just static right now, so if I hold the seek button, it will start looking for radio channels automatically. And what it will do is build a list of FM channels and store them as presets so that you can find ones that actually come in well. Right now it's searching and it's not finding anything. There's something. Like, there you go. So what it's doing right now is it's just cycling through all the different frequencies and trying to find stations that come in well. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, this is the best station I could get, and if I move it, you can hear the static that it's picking up. The reception is not the best, and that's kind of what I expected. I don't see any external antenna, so the fact that the reception isn't that great is not surprising. So if you want this as an FM tuner, make sure you're outside or you're in a place where you have good radio reception. I'm going to turn that off now so you can actually hear me. To show you the last feature of this light, I've turned off the studio light, and you can see that we've got these flashing color lights around the edge of the speaker. These are kind of more of a gimmick. They don't go to the music. They just kind of do random programs by themselves. If you want to turn them off, you just hold the mode button for a couple seconds and the lights will turn off. If you hold the mode button again, they will come back on and start their program. So let's talk sound quality real quick, and this is an area where I think the speaker falls a little bit short. It has plenty of volume, like most of the PA type systems, most of these bigger Bluetooth speakers have. It's got volume, but the sound is just very thin. The bass, the little port, is not doing much for it. The driver, which is bigger than a lot of drivers in Bluetooth speakers, for some reason is just not getting a ton of low end. The sound isn't terrible, but it's definitely, if that's your priority, I would not go for this speaker. Where I think this speaker is perfect is a speaker that you can give to kids to have fun singing with, doing some karaoke. It has some fun lights, and it's really, really rugged. Despite being lightweight, you know, I feel like you could just like toss this guy around and it wouldn't be hurt at all. So if you want to buy a speaker for little kids to listen to their own music, to do some karaoke with, and not worry about it getting destroyed, this RAGU T2 is going to be perfect for that. If you're looking for good sound quality, you know, if you're an audiophile or someone that just cares about hearing those bass frequencies, I would not go with this option. So if that's you, if you have a grandson, granddaughter, a niece, nephew, son, or daughter, someone you want to get a speaker for that you're not worried about it getting destroyed, go ahead down to the link in the description. You can purchase through there and support the channel. I'd appreciate you for it. If that's not you, if you want the deeper bass and maybe a little better sound quality, check out my other speaker reviews. I've done plenty on the channel around this price point, and you'll find something that fits you perfectly. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not a subscriber, I would love to have you become one, and I will see you next time.